such grim realities, suffering, brokenness, barrenness, bondage. It says people's hearts and minds will fail them for the things that come upon this earth. And I think to myself, why do we subject ourselves to such pain and suffering? And everybody's just falling away. If you're not the one promoting and condoning it, you're still subjected to it because we live in this world together. Our sins are finding us out. Where's everyone going to live when this world is unsustainable? Or you're subjected to rapes, murders, crimes, violence because of the mental and emotional oppression and all the lifestyles that come with that variable. There's no win in sin. Sin destroys lives. I have watched enough death and destruction, and I think to myself that at this cross, Lord, and they think something's wrong with me. They think people are strange at the cross when they're actually sound-minded and healthy and choosing not to destroy their own lives because we're not toxic or dysfunctional or destructive, and we chose to not be miserable and not to take ourselves out of the world. It says you see the reward of the wicked and watch them perish. You know how many people I've watched perish from sin? You know how many lives I've seen destroyed from sin? And people want you to condone and justify that as normal. When did it become normal watching people belittle, degrade, demean, deplete, and break their own families and marriages up because they didn't know how to overcome the obstacles in their mind or their heart? I'm not saying everybody's doing it on purpose, but where did the condoning of the abnormalities come in at? Where did the mind become so seared, reprobated, or corrupted that we find complacency in abnormalcy? When did it become normal to be abnormal? When did that occur in one's mind? When did we come into agreement with that? And people tell me, oh, the cross is making you crazy. No, it delivered me out of all that mistaken identity that this fallen world gives you. I would never think I would have to the Lord doesn't say, here, I give you life. Now go destroy it. Go destroy your family. Go destroy your marriage. Go destroy your children's futures. Because if we're living in sin, we're destroying the world we live in. So our children have no future. They have no future. They become what's poured into them, what's being poured into this generation. They don't have a fighting chance. And people want to say, oh, that stuff's making you crazy. No, it made me sane. It made me address the injustices and evils in this world that have always been here. But you become strange because most people are one mind with Satan. They're operating just the way he does. And when you try to address the unapproachable subjects that need to be addressed, they'll tell you, oh, you had a past, or you're not supposed to judge, or you were once. You know what? I know who I was before I came to my senses, before the Lord laid his hand on my life. I know exactly who I was. But if you want to demean, deplete, and throw stones at me for my past life, then that's in itself is rebellion. You don't know how to speak life. You don't want to see anybody have life. You want to pull them into the darkness with you by slandering and belittling them. I just don't understand the objective of defiancy or rebellion and people not being able to see they're planning their own demise. I mean, I shouldn't have to walk out in a cruel world where nobody's living right and wonder what's going to happen today. What's going to happen today? Who's going to die? Where is there going to be a crime taking place? Where is someone going to get hurt or beat or domesticated oppression? Why? And you're going to tell me that that's normal? To live in a world that's violent and full of crime and hatred? You want me to justify that and agree with it? So if you're agreeing with that, then you're condoning it because you're not doing anything about it, and you're subjecting your next generation to that too. If you're not fighting the unapproachable, if you're not fighting the abominations that exist in this world, then you must agree with it. So you're a part of the problem, not the solution. And so everything that you overlook, first we overlook evil, then we promote it, then we get mad about the people preaching against it. That means you're saying, oh, it's okay that this is in my world that we live in, and my children will have to just learn how to adapt to it. Why should children have to be subject to any of this rebellious behavior? Why should any child have to watch someone take in mind-altering substances and then promote violence into the world? Why should any child be subjected to that and destroy their mind? Why should any child have to drive down the street with a family? I'm like, there has to be normal families in this world. Why should any child have to drive down the road with their parent and see hatred and violence, homelessness and despair? Why should any child see that? And you don't think that's going to change the reality upon the world that they live in and their perspective of their future and what cards or what future holds for them? It's already depleted by seeing those kinds of things. Hopelessness is what they're seeing. Children that are born today are seeing hopelessness in this society. And you tell people they should have hope in a future? Show them hope. Show them victory. Show them glorification. Show them what hope means. You can't represent everything it's not and then say, hey, I want you to go be victorious in this fallen world. I want your approach to be more admirable than most people are giving. It doesn't work like that.